31st, 1981, deputies from the Saline County Sheriff's Office were dispatched to a remote area southeast of the city of New Cambria in reference to a medical emergency. When deputies arrived on scene, they found a 1971 Chevrolet two-door, black vinyl over blue vehicle occupied by a male subject who was slumped over in the front seat. Upon further checking, deputies determined the subject had been shot multiple times and was deceased. The occupant of the vehicle was identified as William Billy Farmer, a 30-year-old father of two from New Cambria. This has been a 30-year-old case, and if anyone has information regarding this, we're asking you to call the Saline County Sheriff's Office. Since this incident transpired, the Sheriff's Office has very aggressively investigated this case. We have sent investigators to several states and have interviewed multiple people. Recently, the Sheriff's Office has been receiving tidbits of information on this case. We've had several people who have been associated with this case in one way or another that have deceased. And since we have had some people who have been deceased that is associated with this case, other people are feeling more confident of coming forward and giving us information. So we're hoping that the community knows and is aware that this case is still active, and they can come to the Sheriff's Office and speak with us, and hopefully the information they have can get us started in a new direction on solving this homicide. I would be happy to entertain any questions you might have with law enforcement, and then when that's done, we will have the Henderson family answer any tasteful and respectful questions for them.
Can you tell us, when you talk about associated with the case, can you define that for me a little bit better?
We've had people of interest, and we've also had other people give us information on possible suspects. And some of the people of interest have died, and some of the people who seem to think they knew what was going on have also died. So since the death of some people associated with this case, we've had people come forward now.
Can you tell us if it was handfuls or several people, or
Of information coming forward?
Numbers of people that have been people of interest for you. Was it just a handful, several people, or?
We've interviewed several people, and we had a handful.
Handful of people of interest.
Would be fair to say, yes.
So you've recently received new information then, and is that what has led you to, ask the public, anybody out there who knows anything, is that fair to say?
That's correct, yes.
You looking at suspect or suspects?
At this point in time, we're still looking into that.
So it could be more than one suspect.
That's very possible.
Motive?
That's still under investigation as well. We have not a solid motive, but we're looking into multiple theories.
Such as?
At that point in time, we kind of want to keep that part of the investigation.
So do you think you're maybe just pretty close to solving this if you get a little help?
Getting a little help would help us solve it. Being pretty close to solve it, information would get the right information would get us there.
So with the right information, you could maybe solve this 30-year-old cold case.
That's very accurate.
me if I'm wrong, it's been around for a while, this is the first time, I think, in my experience, that this kind of appeal has been issued.
Yes, it may be. This case, Mr. Farmer was a local man, local ties to the community. His family is still here locally, and it would just be nice for this thing to be disposed of for multiple reasons.
Why are you confident that a public appeal like this will advance the investigation?
There are people out there that know what happened that night. The people who were there, or the people who know what happened, have not come to law enforcement for multiple reasons. Some of the people who may know this information have died. And we're hoping that this would appeal to those out there who still know what happened, that they could come forward safely without any fear of retribution or retaliation from anyone who may be involved. Also, the people who were involved in this are getting older. And maybe somebody somewhere has changed their life, or is sitting somewhere and this sparks a little spark, and then it says, by golly, we need to get this thing taken care of.
Would you entertain, and I was suppose you wouldn't mind getting a Crimestoppers tip?
We have talked about that, and getting this on Crimestoppers, and obtaining a Crimestopper tip. That's correct.
So if somebody sees the story or hears the story, they want to call Crimestoppers, you'd take the...
You bet. We'd take it in a
And they would
minute.
be eligible for that $1,000 reward.
You bet. All right, I would,
Well,
there's
are
no,
you
yep.
confident that the suspect is still alive, or is?
That we don't know. We don't know who the person who did it, but there have been some people of interest that have passed away, and we're just hoping that any information public has they can come forward, because people have been passing away with this.